Hi ladies, give some waves to camera. It's like, yeah, but if you go to a supermarket, you're going to make that pain.
Part to it because it is fundraising, and in a moment Mike here will come and talk to you about the objectives, what it is we're trying to raise. Basically it is for the Extra Mile project in Sierra Leone, and this is something that we have taken to heart within Rotary. The format for the evening is, as far as I can remember, is that we will do a few introductions, make a start, give you plenty of opportunity to buy raffle tickets. I keep mentioning that. The bar is there, as you can see. Keep going and buying lots of things over that. And there are a few thanks that I'd like to give at this particular point in time. And the biggest and the first and the most important is to Donald and Pamela. This whole evening was their idea. They decided at this time of the year what we really need is something which is colourful and fun. Here we are, we've all seen what the weather's like out there over the last 2 days, and what we need is something to cheer us up. So hopefully this is going to be it. They have put an awful lot of work into this, and so can we give them a good round of applause as thanks for all this. Thank you very much.
Over there. And to say no more, I shall ask Mike just to introduce himself and say a little bit about the project in Sierra Leone that he supports so well. Mike?
Thank you very much indeed, Donald. That's so much appreciated. I would like to say that my name is Mike, and yes, it's an honour to be here this evening amongst such illustrious guests. I also would like, in addition to the actual goodwill that's been shown already, to say that we wouldn't be here this evening were it not for two very special people, and that is that Pam and Don Nelson are the most hard-working people we have. So put your hands together. But I've got to say that Pam and Don could not do it on their own. And it's as a result of some wonderful people that are here this evening that also support them in their work. On not only one occasion this year, but certainly 2 occasions this year that we've actually sort of been blessed with their work and their actual the rewards from that. So what I'd like you to do, put your hands together for yourselves and for each other now, because you're the ones who support Don and Pam. Put your hands together. And I'm going to say thank you for earlier this year when you were able to give us a very, very much valued contribution to the work we're doing. We have been working in Sierra Leone for over 13 years, and it's this year that we were running out of classrooms for our school, and we had to put a roof on. And sadly, with only 8 weeks to go before a new academic year, we didn't have enough money to be able to build that roof. We were £15,000 short. A lot of money. And our builders were waiting for us to actually have the instruction to build that roof, a huge roof. And sadly, the rains were actually early that year, heavier than normal. We lost lots of books in the floods, our staff room was flooded, and we were desperate to be able to build this roof, because if we didn't, our pupils would have been in the open air without a roof over their heads at the beginning of the new year. We prayed, we pleaded, I phoned so many people, but still we couldn't get any money. But the builder kept asking me, Mike, is it going to be a roof or not? And I had to say, wait, give me a chance to raise some money. I waited and I pleaded, and even then, nothing. I had to take a chance. It was now or never. Should I build the roof or should I wait until we had enough money? What would you do? That's exactly what we did. We started building, and within 1 week, we had 2 donations, £2,000. The second week, £4,000. The third week, another £10,000, and eventually we had enough money to build that roof. I don't know what's happening with it, but this is nothing to do with us. A nice place for a holiday. But it was at that time that we were able then to start. And I've got to say that within a very, very short time, the iron was laid, the cement was laid, and we had a roof over our heads. And it was as a result of the work that Don and Pam had actually done that gave us the amount of money that we could probably finish the roof on. I've got to say that it's now we're able to cover and put a roof on our toilets, some very special toilets for our girls. Because one of the problems in Sierra Leone is that our girls during their menstrual cycle hide away. They are ashamed of what's happening to their bodies. And as they hide away, they are at risk of being taken away by traffickers. We've already lost one of our girls that we thankfully got back, but it's important for us to be able to finish the toilets that we started, to provide them with reusable sanitary pads to be able to actually sort of have a decent, reasonable life which actually befits the people that they will become. That's the kind of work that we're doing at. We were stopped momentarily by the Ebola crisis, but we've got back on track since then. And as a result of the work that Don and Pam and another of our supporters has been able to do, we've been able to actually continue our work. This year was the first year that we had our examinations for our children who would be otherwise at GCSE level. And we achieved a 76% pass rate. Now that doesn't mean very much, but when you think that the entire country of Sierra Leone only managed 30%, you realise that it's pretty good. And in that respect, we're so very proud of what we've achieved. And with that, thank you. I say we've achieved. It's the pupils themselves and the staff that we've appointed that actually have done that work. And that means that in the next few years, when those pupils will actually leave our school, they will be part of a new generation of people who've got Christian values, who actually turn down corruption and make the country that they live in a better place for them to live. And that's the reason why you're here tonight, is to support those children who are trying to make the best of themselves with the help of ourselves. And I thank you tonight for all the things you've done. And we wish Sutton Town success tomorrow. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much for that, Mark. And just to finish that off, I would like to present you with dictionaries. Now, the Rotary Club has built up a tradition of giving excellent dictionaries to local schools. Now, obviously, there isn't going to be one for each child at your school. This is what they do here. They usually give it one form dictionary. But what we thought we would do is to give you some to put in the library so that all the children at the school can benefit from this excellent publication. And we have 3 dictionaries. A local expert on the Caribbean. Well, let's just say, his knowledge compared to mine he's an expert. So, he's going to give you a flavour of the Caribbean, something about many of the islands, not necessarily all of them, but some of them. Junior Douglas, please.
Good evening, thanks. We can put the lights down, I'll be very, very quick. Cuba, home of Fidel Castro, 1950s Americano. If you want to see that, you go to Cuba. The music, salsa from Cuba. You see those beautiful cars? Americano. You see that nowhere else in the world but Cuba. Very flat. Also, Cuba produces rum. The architecture, as you can see, is European. And wonderful Curacao, where I was born. A very tiny island with refinery. It's a Dutch island, the ABC island. And you can see the Dutch architecture at the top, very much like Holland. Curacao. It's also a drink, by the way, a liqueur called Curacao, and the wonderful bridge. Dominica. 80,000 people live in Dominica. Very productive, very, very green, very, very lush. Waterfalls. Creole. This is the Madras cloth, the style in India. Caribs are still in Dominica, by the way. Beautiful island of St. Lucia, but it's more Anglo-sized. And you can see the British, all of the forts that you can see was the British were there once upon a time in these wonderful islands. The Bahamas! Okay. Sidney Poitier came from the Bahamas. Okay? Trinidad and Tobago, land of steel band, turtle, Pitch Lake Isle, sparrow, bacchanal. All of these things you can get in Trinidad and Tobago. Turtles, lots of turtles. They've also got
For two to the Hippodrome, a meal for two at the Eastern Restaurant in Sutton Coldfield. I must tell you that I've been there myself, the club's been there, and they had an excellent evening. Fantastic. Everyone enjoyed the food. We have a cuddly toy, a teddy bear. We have alcohol, perfume. The list goes on and on.
Okay, we are going to start at £10. Anybody wants to bid £10? £56, final time. So to the children of Corporal.
We're getting there. Another one on the yellow. Ticket 146 to 150 on the yellow. And this one, the last ticket, is on the white. And it's number 461 to 465. 461.
all of the participants, good sport. The town, the Korea came all the way from London, by the way, to be with us tonight, all the way from London. All the way from London.